What's going on, everybody? I am back with another Underdog MLB player props video. This one going to be breaking it down, giving you guys 5 picks to get you winning some money over here on Underdog. As always, if you haven't checked out Underdog, would highly recommend you check them out. It is a player props website and app where you can win money off of picking the over and under on things like player strikeouts, pitch count, fantasy points, total bases, hits, etc. Go ahead and use that promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100 today. Again, that is code KJK DFS. Go to lock that in, get that free money offer. Start winning some money over here on Underdog with these picks today, guys. And if you are getting very serious, I do offer premium content packages. That's linked below in the description. Patreon.com/KJK_DFS. Do offer Underdog, Prize Picks, DraftKings, FanDuel, and I will be launching an all-new all-sports package as well on July 1st. So I know a lot of people are waiting on that. Excited for that. That'll be announced on the 1st of July. And if you enjoyed this content, would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. So let's talk about it. Let's go game by game as we always do. And the first game I want to talk about is going to be the Miami Marlins taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. And I like some Cardinals bats in this spot, taking on Mr. Braxton Garrett, a left-handed hurler that really struggles against right-handed hitting, and that's going to be a problem for him because the Cardinals are designed very well to hit left-handers. Braxton Garrett has a 20.8% K rating against those righties, an 11.2% walk rate, 35.9% ground ball rate. That is really bad, with a 370 WOBA given up and a 458 slugging. So he really does struggle against right-handed bats. And the Cardinals have 2 right-handed bats that absolutely mash left-handed pitching. So it's going to be a tough time for him today. Pick number 1, we're going to be going with Mr. Paul Goldschmidt in the 3 spot. He features a 390 ISO with a 560 WOBA off left-handed pitching this year. Those are absurd numbers, and with his matchup against Braxton Garrett, I like his odds of doing some damage here today. So pick number 1, we're going to be rocking with the over 1.5 total bases for Paul Goldschmidt. Really a no-brainer. It's Goldie against a lefty. Has hit a home run in each of the last 2 games, so that doesn't hurt our feelings either. There's a good chance he might hit one tonight as well because, once again, Braxton Garrett really does struggle against right-handed hitting. Paul Goldschmidt really mashes left-handed pitching. That's the recipe for success here for Mr. Paul Goldschmidt today. So pick number 1, we're going to be rocking with him. And pick number 2, we're going to his teammate, who also has very absurd numbers. Not quite as good as Goldie, but hey, guess what? When you're setting the standard that high, once again, ridiculously good numbers. A 370 ISO with a 390 WOBA. It is Mr. Nolan Arenado. Once again, a right-handed hitter that should mash in the spot against Braxton Garrett, the left-handed hurler. It's good hitting weather in St. Louis, 83 degrees tonight. And you really can't ask for much better of a matchup for both Mr. Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt. Both just mash left-handed pitching. Both are in great spots. And I will be taking the over 1.5 total bases for Mr. Nolan Arenado. It looks like over here on Underdog, they have a rivals pick as well today, so you could do Garrett Cooper versus Nolan Arenado. I haven't looked into that yet, but Dakota Hudson's not the best of talents. Probably just stay away from that. Stick with the bases for Mr. Arenado. I like the over 1.5 total bases for him. Pick number 2 on the video today. Pick number 3. We're going to be heading down to this next game. The Texas Rangers taking on the Kansas City Royals. The Rangers come in with a 4.9 implied total. And they get to take on Mr. Jonathan Heasley, who is not good, specifically against left-handed hitting. He is very, 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 very bad. Second on the slate, only to chase Silseth as far as being the worst. And Silseth only has a 5 innings pitch sample size. So Heasley's the worst on the slate as far as I'm concerned against left-handed hitting. He gives up a 570 slugging, 383 WOBA, only strikes out lefties at a 16.7% clip. He is just not good, and especially against those left-handed bats, and I want to be taking advantage of it today with a really talented top bat at the top of this Rangers lineup in the lefty, and that's going to be Mr. Corey Seager. Looking at his numbers against righties on the season as far as how he's faring, he does feature a 300 WOBA with a 170 ISO. He gets the hit in Kauffman Stadium tonight on the road, so he's going to get the guaranteed top of the 9th inning at bat. And Kauffman Stadium, always a favorite of mine when it comes to targeting bases because of just how big the outfield plays. You can see not the best for home runs, but the outfield is massive. So it's kind of similar to like a Coors Field kind of feel where the outfield is just huge. So the doubles, the singles, and the gap are nice and easy to get down in the gap. And Corey Seager, once again, great matchup taking on Mr. Heasley tonight. The Kansas City Royals bullpen is also not good. Looking at my bullpen data sheet, the Kansas City Royals have the worst bullpen in the entire Major League in XFIP. So they are not good. Heasley is not good. Corey Seager's in a great spot here. And for pick number 3, we're going to be rocking with the over 1.5 total bases here for Corey Seager, pick number 3. And picks number 4 and 5, we got one more game to talk about, and I'm going to be talking about the pitching in this game. It is the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the San Diego Padres. We have 2 top pitchers in this game. Zach Gallen taking on Sean Manaea. Low total in this game in Arizona, only a 7.5 implied total, which is saying something considering it's in Arizona, a great hitting environment. And these 2 expected to go out there and dominate. We'll start with the away pitcher in Sean Manaea, and we will be going with his strikeouts here, looking at his strikeout rate across the board, how Sean Manaea fares. He has a 25.7% carry overall with a 12.5% swing strike rate. That is solid stuff. 24.4% carry against righties and a 29.5% carry against lefties. So it goes way up against those left-handed bats. Really solid across the board regardless, though. When he gets to take on an Arizona Diamondback squad tonight that we're looking at, my team hitting data sheet is not very good against left-handed pitching when it comes to the strikeout category. They are the 7th worst team in the league in strikeout rate against left-handed pitching. And I do want to be targeting his K-prop over here on Underdog today. We'll be going with the over 5.5 strikeouts for Sean Manaea as pick number 4. Everything matching up here. The Diamondbacks aren't good. He has good strikeout stuff. He actually just barely pitched against this same Diamondbacks team recently. And he was able to accumulate 6 strikeouts. The pitch count's way up for him as well. Typically, right up there in the mid-90s to upper 90s in pitches. So Sean Manaea, I like the over 5.5 strikeouts for him as pick number 4. And pick number 5, we're going to be running it back on the other end of this game, and we're going to be going with the strikeouts for Mr. Zach Gallen. I like the over 5.5 strikeouts for him. Same story. He just actually took on this San Diego Padres team and struck out 11 in his last appearance. He's going to be up right around 90 pitches. You look at his underlying metrics, 90, 95, 100 plus. I think he threw 115 last time out. But once again, really good strikeout stuff. Right above Sean Manaea on my sheets. 25.8% carried overall with 28.2% carried against righties and a 23.5% carried against lefties. And he gets to take on a Padres team that is now without Manny Machado, without Fernando Tatis, the 2 main studs. I mean, you can't ask for a much better, break than that. And looking at the Padres lineup, up and down as far as strikeout rates, starting from the bottom up, as we always do with Zokar, 25, 17, 23, 22, 20, 13, 17, 20, 13, 33, 15, and 16. The Arizona side we didn't talk about, so we'll just run up these numbers real quick for Mr. Manaea, starting from the bottom up. Perdomo, 19, 36, 16, 16, 40, 15, 12, 22, and 28. So there's some low strikeout guys mixed in with some high strikeout guys. But where with these 2 guys' lines are set is really what's the selling point for me. 5.5, a nice discount on 2 guys that should, typically strike out 6+ in any matchup anytime they take the bump for the most part with the amount of strikeout stuff that they have and with the leash that they have with the amount of pitches that their managers allow them to throw. So that is going to be my 5 picks to get you winning some money over here on Underdog today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any featured content that I upload. If you haven't checked out the premium content packages, you can check those out, link below in the description. Once again, I will have an all sports package launching on the 1st of July. I know a lot of people are going to be waiting on that, so if you want to hop in and get that package, would gladly love to have you join the team. And if you haven't signed up for Underdog, sign up today. Use that promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100. Wishing you all the best of luck on your props today, guys, tonight. And we will see you in the next one.